Hello, hello. I'm Jacquis.
And I'm Josh. Welcome to The Nightly from Hatch, a slumber party for pop culture lovers.
What's up, buddy?
How are you, Jacquis? How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I'm like right in the middle of a couple of weeks at home, and it's been really nice. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I also love home too, man. Home is the most expensive thing we pay for. People be like, you want to go out? And I'd be like, man, I got out at home. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right. That's right. I already put a down payment down on my evening.
Yeah.
In the form of rent or a mortgage.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like, oh, let's go out to eat and spend money. Like, you know how much money I spent today? I spent about $100 for home, like, per day.
And when you go out, it's like you're going to sit at a stool on a bar with no back.
Yeah.
I've got my favorite couch in the world right at home.
I got my favorite couch in the world, you know, and when you out too, like if your feet start hurting at home, I don't even got to have my shoes on.
That's right. My dog is at my home. They don't let her into bars. My wife has tried.
And, you know, like, and at home, you know, all the employees work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the bouncer. I can decide who can come in and out of my house.
They let you change the temperature at home.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you can keep the lights at any level you want.
That's beautiful,
Real
man.
nice.
Let me talk to some people about that. I love that. I'm so glad you brought that up because there's this notion that because, like, I live in California, I know you're on the East Coast in New York, and so you guys have seasons, but there's this notion that because we're on these West Coast cities or cities that are warm, that we always got to have the air conditioner on. I was just in Arizona a couple weeks ago, and it was warm during the day in the 80s. That's fine.
Yep.
But by the time the sun goes away, like, turn the air conditioner off. What do we got the AC still on for? It's cold in this building.
That's right.
I don't want to be cold. Like, I don't want to be cold. I want to be comfortable. And having the AC on when it's 60 degrees outside just because it was 85 earlier, man, turn that air conditioner off. We need better temperature gauging in some of these buildings that in warmer cities. Because when it turns to night, we don't need cool air anymore. We're good with what we got.
And it's nice to maximize that natural air. Like, I would much rather, once that sun goes down and it gets dark out and you've got a little breeze and it's nice and cool, I would much rather enjoy that breeze for sure.
Man, open your roofs up. Open the roofs.
Open your roofs up.
Open the roofs.
That's right.
You know, and if your roof don't open, pay for it. You know?
Yep. Flatten it out.
Put some hinges on it. Put a button that can open it and close it, and give more reason. And then, you know what? Then I'll come out. Because that's money well spent. If I'm spending money,
That's right.
I'll come out for that.
Yeah, if you're showing me an establishment where you press a button and the roof opens up like a baseball stadium in Florida, I'll go hang out there for sure.
I'll come to that. I'm like, oh, you put an effort in.
Especially if you let me bring my dog.
Yeah, let the dog in, the roof open up. I can take my shoes off. It seems like we're already doing this, but how about we talk a little bit about obsessions?
I would love that. I think that's a perfect segue.
Perfect segue.
I've had a Roman Empire that has, one of those things that just kind of bubbles up in my mind. And I wonder if this is not something that you also experienced as a young person. I'm going to sound deranged. I'm going to sound like wildly unhinged. So when you were a kid, you'd go to a mall from time to time. Did you have the Spencer's Gifts nearby?
Of course.
Okay. So to young people or to people that didn't grow up with like the same mall culture, Spencer's Gifts has all manner of like little trinkets, from like a Family Guy t-shirt with like, the whole cast of Family Guy and just says Family Guy. But then on the other end of the spectrum, it has like one of those things with all the metal pins and you put your hand in it and the hand makes the shape of the metal pins, or the thing that's like a sphere with electricity, like static electricity, and you touch it and it zaps to where your finger is on the outside. So it's all these like weird little knickknacks and stuff. And like some of it gets kind of crass or whatever, you know, there's some like, it would be like, who farted? I farted on a t-shirt or whatever. It's like, deal with it. So that's all pretty normal. But when I was young, there were, and I think this is true to an extent, but there were rumors that in the back room of the Spencer's Gifts, things got really wild.
Oh.
Is this something that you experienced as well?
No. I do know, like, Spencer's Gifts, at least back then, also had kind of like kinky stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know?
There was some freaky stuff, but always like kind of as a bit. Like there would be like a party game where it was just dice and you would roll the dice and it would have like almost like truth or dare, but with dice. So it would be like bite butt cheek or something.
Yeah.
And you have to bite the butt cheek or something else. I don't know if those are specific, but stuff like that. So that stuff was like out and you're like, okay, I see the gradient from like a t-shirt that has the little chihuahua that was the Taco Bell mascot that says Yo quiero Taco Bell. And you're like, okay, that's right in the front there. That's facing outward to the mall. And then you get towards like, oh, it's like a thong made of licorice.
Delicious.
Yeah. The best shape for licorice. It maximizes surface area.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the back was always rumored that it would get a little freakier. And I think by the time I was old enough to like be allowed, if indeed there was like more to see, either the malls had started to become less robustly populated and it wasn't as intriguing anymore. But I think back to being a kid and being like, they let you do anything back there. You can like hunt a person.
It was like the Purge or Hunger Games back there. Oh,
yeah. That's very Hunger Games back there. But it's, to me, especially like when you're a kid, stuff that's like normal freaky, normal sexual feels like no way anyone does that. So like the rumors get so carried away.
Sure.
And I like think about that all the time because there was places like we had a chain where I'm from that still exists called Newberry Comics, and it was like a record store and you can get action figures and like it's just like entertainment DVDs they would have.
Interesting.
And but they would also have like, you know, in some places you would go like to a bottom shelf towards the back and it would be like just like a bootleg VHS cassette of like guys getting injured doing skateboard tricks. Just like, who put this here and why can you legally sell it? And I'm like obsessed with, I guess the internet just has all that now.
Right.
Pre-Jackass.
I know. I talk about this in the Pillow Fort. I talk about this on any appearance that you may find me on, like the nostalgia. And I know every generation is nostalgic. Like listening to you talk about Spencer's, I really do think that there is a difference between our nostalgia and like the nostalgia of our like parents and grandparents and like the generations before millennials, for instance. Because like our nostalgia, like millennials are this very weird generation where we know very well the world we had before the world we have now, right? Like that we lived in that world, we grew up in that world, and we helped usher in where we are now, which is a very different place as far as just like society. Because like a Spencer's Gifts, I don't see them too often anymore, but they still do exist. And I've been in one recently-ish in the past, like, 3-4 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And like half of me was like, oh, they've tamed this down a lot from what it used to be.
Yeah.
But the other half of me was like, no, it's just like we're so much more exposed to
the whole world has met the level of Spencer's Gifts.
Where Spencer's Gifts is like kind of like just like like, okay,
quaint.
Yeah, in a very weird way.
We're bombarded with bite butt cheek like 1,000 times a day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the world, and maybe this is just like every generation feels like this, but I feel like the world change and how we absorb media changed so much more between like the time I was like 15 and the present. Changed more in those years than it did from like the time my parents were born until the time I was 15.
Yes. Well, 100%.
Yeah.
How old were you in 2001?
16.
16. This is perfect because this is crazy because like I always say, and this tracks because you said 15.
Yeah.
I always say that 2001 is when like a lot of things changed, and like I kind of track it to one device. I track it to the iPod. The iPod and Apple and that piece of technology changed everything because like it started to show us like what accessibility could be. Also, the iPod is how we get podcasts. The iPod morphed into the iPhone, which is how we get like being in our phones all day and social media and all of these things, and merging a computer with this thing just in your pocket. It all started with the iPod, and technology from 2001 to 2015, that 14-year gap, technology jumped in such a rapid way, more than any other era in that time frame in the history of man. Yeah. Like I really think that.
I bet it's like it felt like the equivalent of going from like not knowing how to use like a lever or a pulley to like having a pulley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's digital versus physical, but it's that seismic of like, oh, we can just lift a big thing now with just our energy, is the same as like, oh, every song is in my pocket and like I bring my whole media library with me everywhere I go.
I say this jokingly, but I also mean it on the scale of how big I think it actually is. In your pocket, your phone has like 120 gigabytes of data, or possibility to have data and processing power, or whatever that is. It's funny to think of, but it is not like untrue that if you took that and fast forwarded yourself 5,000 years ago, you could start a new world.
Totally. Yeah.
You could start a civilization.
Yeah.
With what's in your pocket right now. Like it's wild.
You have more raw information than most whole societies had in aggregate, I think.
100%.
It's really interesting. And it's like, so not take it for granted is like the wrong way to put it, because it's like I don't attach any like value to it.
Right.
Occasionally now, even at my age, you meet an adult who was born in like 2002 and you're like, oh, I guess that's when the 24-year-olds came out. You know what I mean? Like that's when they made that new batch.
Yeah.
And you're just like out on the town and you meet someone's like brother, sister, friend, or coworker. And it's so interesting that there are adults who grew up with that being their whole experience of the world.
Yeah. So interesting. I think there are 5 pivotal inventions, I should say, in man's history.
Yeah.
The wheel.
Big.
Pretty big. Fire.
Fire, huge. I'm a big fan of both.
Big fan. The printing press. Pretty big.
Seismic.
Electricity. The computer. The iPod.
Big. Okay, I'm gonna go one more.
Go one more.
I'm gonna add one more, which is like a little more okay. I'm gonna go soap.
Soap. Yeah, you know, boy, people were stinking, boy.
And just in being able to like not have diseases on your hands. That too. To be like, and now my hands are clean and I'm not inviting death into my mouth with every time I open it.
Can you imagine the first person who was like just looking around at his homies, like Grok was just sitting there like, you stink.
It's disgusting in here. This cave smells like ass. Huge. This is a huge moment in human history.
Yes. Soap. I agree. Soap was big. Soap was big. I do have one. I will do it. We'll talk about it quickly because it's not as big of a Roman Empire. But I do love that one, Spencer Gifts. That's a good nostalgic throwback. I often think of karaoke songs.
Yeah.
Like, what are my karaoke songs? And I've had like set ones in my life, but what I really think of is what's my next big karaoke song? The one that like I know I can go in and people will be like, hell yeah, and I can sing it.
Yeah.
And I think about this often when I'm having my concerts at home or in the shower, and things like that.
How do you test one out to know? Is it a shower testing situation?
It's a shower testing situation. I also have a friend where we like do karaoke together sometimes, just throw it on YouTube and pop it in, before, and that lets me know like maybe I can take this to the masses, right? And I think about this often. So I think like in the past few months, I've come up with what my next karaoke song is going to be. I have not debuted it to the public yet. I've debuted it in private amongst like close friends or by myself.
And it felt good?
It felt good. I think I can do it. I think I could do it well. And that song is Kenny Loggins' Heart to Heart.
Ooh. This is good.
It's so good. And it has like a fun moment in it too, where he's like, I can't sing it because I'm pretty sure we don't want to get sued, but like he has a part where he's like falsettoing, like, baby. And then he just like falsetting. And then like you can kind of hear the ramp up. And then it just hits you with that full Kenny Loggins voice. And I'm like, whoo. And it's just so good. It just hits. It feels like the perfect amount of 80s is great. I think that's my next
That's
one.
great. I think people will be excited to hear it because there's sometimes you can overthink and go too obscure and you're doing a deep cut that people go, hey, he seems like he's having a good time, but I've never heard this before in my life. But it's nice when you remind people of something where they go, oh, you know what? I haven't heard this in a minute and I'm excited.
In a long time. And even if you haven't heard it, you'll hear it and you'll be like, it's a pretty good song. Like, pretty good song.
Totally.
Where it's not just good in your own mind. Like, I feel like anybody can hear Heart to Heart and would say, like, yep, that sounds great.
That's a good song.
That's a good song.
Yeah. That's really nice. It feels so good to add something to the repertoire, too.
Do you have a karaoke song and do you think about next ones?
I don't think ahead enough. My wife, Maris, is like a very good singer and she looks at the app for the karaoke place in our neighborhood and she'll see when they add new songs. Okay. Yeah. So she really stays on top of it and she'll go like, oh, they put the new Sabrina Carpenter record on there. So I'm going to, get on board with some of the lyrics to her new songs. And I like always, we're going out next week with a bunch of friends. It's been like 3 separate friend groups going, oh, we should do karaoke soon. And so like, I'm starting to just think now about like, ooh, do I want to introduce something new? Okay. My friend Jaya had the best idea I've ever heard, which is we're going to get a small group together. Everyone is going to write a new song parody of an existing song that's available karaoke and then bring lyrics for everyone else. And so we're going to have a little song parody songbook of everyone's original parody songs.
That's fun.
So I'm excited for that. Yeah.
I love that.
This is great.
Yeah.
Heart to Heart, also to tie it all together, sounds like something you might roll at a Spencer's Gifts dice game where you're like, oh, I put my heart on someone else's heart. Okay. Kinky. Well, thank you for sharing that with me. I can't wait to hear how it goes when you premiere the new song. I think people are going to flip.
I love it. And thank you for sharing your Roman Empire with me. It was a nice little stroll down memory lane and a nice little opening into nostalgia. So I appreciate that. And that nostalgia has got me feeling pretty nostalgic for some sleep. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do just that, buddy. Time to turn in.
I'm feeling very much the same. I'm going to take off my shoes, crack the window, and drift off. Good night, Jacquis.
Good night, Josh.